To put it bluntly.
Accessibility podcast, to put it bluntly.
Hello everybody, and we are back. This time it's not a numbered episode, but a special. So, diehard fans of the series, I know you're out there. You will remember, in episode 3, we've done our Premier League predictions for the season that's just gone. Just finished the 1st of June with the Champions League final, which was pretty one-sided. Yeah, it was one-sided.
Yeah, there's no quotes that I can use that can't get cancelled on that one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
So, we predicted Premier League table. We didn't predict anything else. We might do that next.
Yeah, we
next
should
season,
do the
like,
UCL and stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like that might be thing. But first off, Wobbles hasn't watched the video back yet.
No, Cameron's
He
taking the lead.
he may not have ever watched it. Maybe not. But anyway, so I've picked out 5 quotes from the video, and he has got to try and guess who said them. So, number 1. Bournemouth are going down. They've lost their biggest goal-scoring threat in Solanke.
That's you.
Nope. That was not me.
Was it me?
Yep.
Solanke.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because he went to Spurs.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
Right. This one you might get because I may be spoiled if you early in the week. Spurs might get a cup.
That's you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said that. Anyway.
No. I was going to say Spurs.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
If Ivan Toney leaves Brentford, they will struggle.
That's got me written all over it because I liked Ivan Toney.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked Ivan. I would have taken him at Arsenal.
And then we've got 2 that are of my favourite 2 of the video. I do think Southampton have got just a bit more than Leicester.
That's you.
Nope.
Ooh, was it me? Southampton definitely didn't have a bit more than Leicester. Let me tell you that for sure. Southampton only need a little bit more than Derby did.
Yeah.
Did you know they broke every other record, like negative record, other than the points one?
I think it might be goals conceded.
Yeah, they got the most goal. No, they didn't get the most goals conceded, but I'm pretty certain they scored the least.
Swindon. Yeah, scored the least. And like I said, some of these are me, some of these are you. It's not necessarily balanced, obviously, because you've already had 3, but you might have 4, and I might have 2. Could Pep Guardiola do it on a cold Tuesday night at Southend?
That's got to be you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would talk about if they had the 115 charges.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see him, go to a club struggling. But yeah, they were just some of the quick, brilliant points that we made in our video.
Yeah. Let's before we jump into it, let's discuss a certain thing that was announced today as well. Delap for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Not the throwing king himself, but the striker from Leicester.
To be fair, I wouldn't. I'd get rid of Jackson.
I think it's a no gamble. He got how many goals did he score last season?
12, I think. In the league was.
And that's
young.
It's young. He's not Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, he's linked it back up with Palmer. Obviously, they had a good thing in the Man City development team. So yeah, they both got new shirt numbers. Well, Delap got the cursed number 9.
What number was Drogba at Chelsea? 11, wasn't he?
11. No, he's 15 first season, and then
was it
11? We're going off topic now.
Yeah, sorry.
But if I was in a cup final, I wouldn't pick any other striker. I wouldn't pick Ronaldo. I wouldn't pick Pele. I wouldn't pick Messi. I wouldn't pick Maradona. I wouldn't pick any other player but Drogba because he scored in every FA Cup final he played in. And
yeah, he was different.
He might have scored in every League Cup final he played in except the last one.
And he was he always turned up for big games as well, didn't he? Let's be honest.
Champions League.
He never disappeared, and yeah.
No. The only time he had a bad final was the 2008 Champions League, but he got sent off, to be fair, so. Right, going on from that, and we got another tangent. Congratulations to our followers in Uzbekistan who have qualified for their first ever World Cup.
Uzbekistan. Congratulations, boys.
Yeah, well done. San Marino next, hopefully.
Yeah, and then
eventually.
we'll get our friend back on.
Yep. And we can say our all started with our conversation with us.
Yeah.
You thought, oh yeah.
We'll get tickets offered for a game next, Cam. That's the dream. If England plays San Marino, we need to get tickets.
Right, so I've done the lottery for tomorrow, the Euro Millions for tomorrow. It's 208 million.
Yeah.
So, I've just been casually going on ChatGPT. Said, what can I buy for 208 million? So,
Did you do as Cameron?
So you can invest in a smaller football team. It was a good idea it had for like a foundation where I fund accessible games. See, ChatGPT knows me. It's very scary.
Would you?
Very scary.
I would genuinely not buy, but I would put money into a local football team just for the shits and giggles. If I had 200 million, I'd be like, right, here's £2 million. Do with it what you can, and see if you can do like a Wrexham, not necessarily Wrexham level, because that's going to be lots more than 2 million. But like, go to Mildenhall, go, there's £2 million. What can you do with it? Just to see, like, if you could do a football man, like, not me myself, just go to him. Can you do a football manager-esque thing and go from like Vanarama 7th division or whatever they're in, and then or Furlough None or something is around here 7, and then see where they can end up with £2 million.
Yes, like it's a good thing. You could also be the shirt sponsor.
Exactly. To be fair, I am sponsoring my local goalball team. That's coming this year. There'll be an announcement soon.
What colours are they playing?
Blue and white.
To be fair, I could retrofit your logo to fit there if it needs to be.
Yeah. So no, that's coming next. That's an announcement for another day. But
so well done, Uzbekistan.
Yeah, back to Uzbekistan. Congratulations.
Breaking news. Right, so I'm about to send you your table.
Oh, it's going to be terrible, isn't it? Are you sending me on Discord?
I can send it to you on whatever's easier.
WhatsApp, please.
So yeah, that Champions League final is going to be like the most. Well, obviously it's the most one-sided final like ever, but it's mad. I went to Milan, just didn't turn up. The entire change. Well, the history's changed now really because the manager's gone to Saudi on a ridiculous wage, and it's just crazy, man.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, we've both done some bad things, so we'll go through it. But
I nearly got.
What we're gonna.
Okay.
Sorry. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the table, and we're going to work, and we're going to give ourselves points based on how many places we're off.
Okay.
So if a team finished 20th in our table and they finished 18th, we get 2 points, for example. And whoever's the less points...
What, the one with the less points wins? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, whoever's the least points wins. There's no, prize on offer. It's just bragging rights. I've already got the FPL bragging rights, so...
Oh, I'm shit at FPL. Right. Are we both keeping track of our own points?
Yeah, I got the Prem table up ahead of me, so I can always check if you need it.
That's fine. Right, I've got my list. So, we'll start from the bottom, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do 20th, 90. We'll do it like that. Right. So, sir, who did you put in 20th?
Ipswich.
So, what did you think of the season overall? Obviously, they're quite localish to you.
It was what I was expecting. I didn't expect them to stay in, unfortunately. I would have liked to see them stay up, but they just haven't. It's the problem is the money. It speaks for itself in the Premier League. The 3 teams that got promoted last year got relegated, if I'm right.
Yeah, out the bottom 3, they got the least amount of losses. They had 24 losses, but just 4 wins and 10 draws. And I think a number of them draws, they were winning, then they went on to draw. And then some of the draws turns out to be losses.
Yeah, I just think we're going to see a lot more yo-yoing. A lot of teams come, next year. Again, I will be surprised. I reckon we'll see the same 3 teams come back up. Because I do think Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton are all probably good enough to be in the Premier League. aren't good. Are too, especially Southampton and Leicester. They're too good for the Championship, I think, but potentially not good enough for the Premier League. Is
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
they're in the same position like Norwich and Fulham were in a couple of years ago. Norwich and Fulham every other season would like cross. So Fulham would go up, Norwich go down, and then the next season it vice versa. It was like that for a couple of years, and it was infuriating because you like to see new teams in the league. Like
Yeah, for a little.
I would like to see Coventry go up. I don't mind Sunderland being back. It's nice to see a team that was there for years come back. I don't think they got a hope in hell.
No.
But yeah, I also went Ipswich in 20th.
So that's 2 points.
Similar reasons.
Where did they come?
They finished 19th.
So that's a point.
So both a point. It's not too bad. I think the table will start to, our tables will start to change a bit now.
Mm-hmm.
So, sir, who did you go for 19th?
I put Bournemouth.
Ooh, right. So, yeah, Solanke might struggle. So they finished 9th. So you got a 9. You got a 9, right?
I got 11 points. Fuck's sake.
So you got the 9 right. So it's not too, it could be worse. But, yeah, Bournemouth just in the middle, really, when they didn't. Kirkesh is supposed to be off to Liverpool.
Yeah,
Huygens has already gone to Madrid.
What?
The other centre back.
He is his bloody agent is incredibly good.
Oh yeah, he's a good player. Like when I've seen him this season, he's for such a young age, he's so like composed, and they had a really good partnership. Him and I think it was not Zubamendi. That's the Arsenal target. He's got a similar name to that. People will know. But yeah, they had a really good partnership, and 46 goals conceded, 58 scored.
Yeah.
Plus 12. So yeah, Bournemouth in 9th. So you get 10 points, which adds to your 1 of 11. In 19th for me were Leicester. So at the start of the season, they had the Steve Cooper in charge. That's a long ago, I felt.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah. Old Welshie. Went to Swansea manager, though, something. But, yeah, Jamie Vardy's done now.
Jamie Vardy had his last party.
At Leicester.
200 goals in 500 games, was it? Or 400?
Yeah, that was a nice way to finish.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Because they didn't play him in the final game, because it would have been 501 games, 200 goals. But yeah, he'll go on now. I don't think I think he will try and stay in the Prem.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know.
Burnley.
I don't know. He has I don't know why he has Leeds written on him. I don't know why. I don't know if Leeds would, because obviously they got quite a young team. But
yeah, they've already got that aging English striker in Patrick Bamford as well, haven't they? Is he still there?
Yeah,
No.
I think he's still there.
Is Bamford still at Leeds?
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he is, because I remember seeing him celebrate.
I just don't think he's playing as much now because they signed Joel Perreault from Swansea, and he did the business as well as Nanto, and I think
Yeah, he's still at Leeds.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll be back next season. Right, 18th for you was
18th for me.
Yep.
I got Leicester.
And that is bang on. Leicester, just, like I said, the best of the newly promoted teams, but that don't really say much in terms of when, they have less than 60 points between them.
It wasn't a great bottom three.
No, definitely not. I hope the trend doesn't continue and both teams get the teams that come down. I like to see new teams. So before the last 2 seasons, it only happened once in like the 30 odd years of the Prem.
And it's happened to. Did it happen 2 in a row? Yeah.
And it's happened 2 in a row now. Yeah. So. Right, my 18th is my first blunder of the video, I would say. Nottingham Forest.
Oh, my Nottingham Forest comes up soon, yeah. How many points? Where did they come, Cam?
7th.
They came 7th, so that's only a lovely little
That's only 11.
11.
So
Yeah.
technically we're drawing now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nottingham Forest. What more could you say really? Brilliant start of the season. We're second or third for most of the season, and then just dropped off the last few weeks.
Crashed
Still
out
in
in the
Europe.
last few weeks.
Yeah, the owner come on the pitch and Gary Neville had a go at him, and then he got banned. So Gary Neville is now banned from Nottingham Forest games, I think. Which is kind of funny, but yeah, I think the owner, I think he was a bit angry because obviously the injury to the striker, Taiwo.
It wasn't. Was it their son defender that was injured and they ended up in hospital?
No, it was the
Was it the
striker
striker?
Taiwo Wumley?
Yeah, that's
something like
yeah.
that. So obviously, obviously the ref just carried on with the game when the offside flag should have gone up, and that would never.
Oh,
happened,
don't!
So,
I hate that rule. Is this
yeah,
stupidest rule?
So yeah, obviously, I think he's getting back to hopefully he's getting back to fitness now and should be alright for next season. But yeah, Nottingham Forest 18th. So yeah, 11 points for me, and I think you got 11 points at the minute.
Yeah.
So 17th for you.
I put Southampton because I thought they'd just scrape it.
To be fair, I think a lot of people.
I definitely got that wrong.
Yeah, it's not too bad considering.
Is that 3 points?
You know, if
yeah,
it's technically because the 3 places, but if we did it by the amount of points difference that the places had, then yeah, you might be in trouble. Because 16th had 42 points, and Southampton had 12. So if we were doing it our way, it'd be minus 30 right now.
They didn't beat the Derby record, and that is all Southampton fans cared about in the second half of the season, was not having the worst time. Fuck everything else that they broke, but not being the worst ever team in the league.
That makes you just wonder how crap that Derby team was.
I don't remember it too. I don't remember it too well.
I remember they had Kevin Phillips, and I'm sure I might be talking on my ass. I'm sure they brought in Andy Johnson as well. I think I might be talking my ass, but we'll find out. I will be fact checked on this. So yep, your 17th was Southampton.
Yep.
Mine was Bournemouth, so not much better than yours.
Oh yeah,
but
only 2. Yeah.
Two places, so it's 8. Yep, so 11, 19, so yeah, like I said, I think we talked about it, pretty much did well without Solanke, as you said, they might struggle. They brought, and I think I said about the Brazilian striker they're trying to sign, that was Van Nielsen.
Yeah.
And he did okay. Kluivert as well.
Patrick Kluivert's had a great season, to be fair.
Yeah, he's so proud of his son, Justin.
Fuck's sake, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
Although he is a bit of a penalty merchant, isn't he? He scored quite a few penalties.
He got a hat-trick of penalties, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I can't believe we signed Rory to that, though. Right. Anyway, moving on.
I'd already made that joke.
Yeah. 16th.
Go on, start with you this time. Who did you have in 16th?
Southampton. So, just an extra place than you. That's 4.
Okay, I had... Oh no, we start with you. I had Everton in 16th.
So, yeah. For a long part of the season, it was looking that way.
Yeah.
But the last couple of games, they brought in Moise.
Give it Moisey till end of season.
They brought in old David. Now they're going to the new stadium, the Hill Dickinson Stadium. They should be a law against stupid names for stadiums.
Oh, they've reset the table, haven't they? Hold on, I need to open up last year's table.
So, yeah, 13th for Everton. Still more losses than wins, but minus 2 goal difference. So they finished 13th in the end, so you were 16th, you said?
Yeah, 3 points.
So that's 3 places off. 15th for me was Wolves. And until the last day of the season, 15th was where they were. But then they decided to lose to Brentford in the final day, and a certain Manchester club beat Aston Villa in dubious circumstances.
Dubious.
So, very dubious.
Very fucking dubious. So,
16th, they finished in real life, so I'm minus 1 point for that.
then
So it's 20, no?
I'm on 17, but I've got some fucking doozies to come.
Alright, 15th, no?
This is my doozy. I had Nottingham Forest.
Not as bad as mine.
Yeah, so I put Nottingham Forest at 15th, thinking they were going to not continue their, like, half-decent form. How wrong was I? And they finished 7th, so that's a lovely little 8 extra points for the wobbly gamer there.
Yep.
Which means I'm on 25.
Who was 14th in your table?
14th was Brentford.
Ooh.
Who was your 15th?
So- Wolves.
Oh yeah, we've just done that, sorry.
Yeah, we done a Portuguese feeder club, as I said in the video.
Yep. Right, so 14th, I'll swap over back to myself. I put Brentford in 14th.
And they finished 10th.
They finished 10th. To be fair, I can't say his name properly. The striker that Man United won, Mbuembo, had a great season.
All the front three did. Him, Wisser, and that Kevin Shard they brought in.
So,
They all done well, but yeah, I think when Buemo stood out. But
yeah, definitely.
Him and Wisser have been there years, and obviously they've had a number of strike partners. They've had Ivan Toney. They had, I think, Neil Maupay for a while as well, back in the Championship, early Prem.
4 points, 29. Oh, I'm getting a lead here, Cam. I think you might win.
14th, I got Everton.
Who actually finished
13th.
13th, so that's only 1 point.
Yep. So I think we said in the video that they seemed too big to go down, but then again, after looking at what teams finished in 17th and 15th this season, that's, and they only didn't go down because of very, very poor bottom three. But they'll move to the new stadium now. The women get Goodison Park. It's nice to see you won't be bashed down.
Yeah, I think it's a classy move from Everton in general, to be fair, because a lot of teams don't give their women's teams the respect they probably deserve, especially a certain team from Manchester that wear red.
Yeah. So that was 14th. 13th for me is Brentford. So again, just another place higher than you put them. 10th, so I got an extra 3 points. And I've lost count.
Oh, have you not written it down like have I?
No, I'll go back to it. I'll go through at the end of the video, don't worry.
Okay.
And then we'll cut, yeah. So, 13th, I got Brentford. Actually, Everton. Brentford 10th, so that's an extra 3. Who's 13th for you?
I put Wolves, who finished 16th, so that's another 3 for me, which takes me up to 32.
Alright, that's, to be fair, we've got most of the bottom ones right. It's not...
The only big feck up was both of us calling Wolves, not Wolves. Obviously, we didn't put Spurs and
Bournemouth.
United.
Yeah, that's coming later.
Yeah.
That's coming later. Ooh.
But, yeah. We both we've got kind of the right players, people in the right places.
Yeah. Who was 12th for you?
I put 12th was Brighton.
Ooh.
And they've surprised. I don't like to use the term surprise because Brighton. They've been good, but I just didn't think they would be as good as the teams around them, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
I did. Obviously, if you put United and Tottenham in the mix, it drops them 2 places. Yeah, so there's teams around them that were shite, basically, and that's how football goes.
Yep, 12th. For me is Crystal Palace.
You got that bang on.
Crystal Palace finished 12th.
Yeah, with a trophy.
With a trophy. I mean, I watched that final and, they defended so well. That Munoz looks a massively good player. I was going to say something else. I can't remember what I was going to say. But he's a massively good player. The right back, he just bombs forward, gets the cross in. And they lost probably one of their best players in Elise, and
Yeah, 100% lost
now
Elise.
apparently United might be sniffing around Mateta.
Man United sniff around every player that possibly could be humanly linked to at the moment. It's unreal.
Well, to be fair, they're looking at the teams around them. So
I'd be
fun to
apparently it's
discuss.
like if they're being linked with Jokeres, isn't they? And I'm like, surely he doesn't go there. Like you can't from outside in look in and go, that's a prospect I want to be involved in because they've not got European football in any capacity.
Yeah, but the manager brought him there. Amorim, he brought him to Sporting, so.
I'd be fair, I would be surprised to see Jokeres go there though.
Oh yeah, I think he's Arsenal. I think he's Arsenal.
Do you reckon? Because we're spending Sesko's apparently our main one, but right, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
So my 11
Yep.
placed team was Crystal Palace, which gives me 1 point, so I'm up to 37.
My 11th was Fulham,
Which is correct.
who finished
isn't it?
11th.
Oh,
Yeah.
here he goes. He's starting to get a lead on me now.
Yeah, Fulham just, I don't know, they just seem to, since they got promoted last time, have just obviously built and built and built. I mean, most clubs got billionaire owners, but their owner, like he owns like the Jacksonville Jaguars NFL team. His son is like the CEO, and he owns like All Elite Wrestling.
It's very
in
much
the US.
quite like Arsenal with the Cronkies. They've got a baseball team, an American football team. Yeah.
You don't hear much, like when all Arsenal were going through a very rough patch, like all AFTV was at the height of its popularity with everyone watching weekly. You'd hear about the Cronkies and the sporting directors, and they should be out and all that, but you don't really hear about them now.
No, because
They doing now?
Rumours it was that apparently Josh Kroenke, Stan's oldest son, came over on a visit to the Emirates and then watched his first game in real life, loved it, fell in love with the stadium, like Arteta, the whole kind of project that they talk about, and he then told his dad to put his wallet where his mouth is, which is why we then started spending money. That's the rumours, I don't know how true it is, but yeah. So
it's about spending in the right places, really. I mean, 72 million on Pepe didn't look good deal.
But then 105 million on Rice doesn't look too bad now, does it?
Yeah.
We are up to number 10. And I had a certain team from West London, or East London technically. Sorry to all of them West Ham fans. I had West Ham.
We both said in our video, West Ham had the best transfer window.
Yep, I know that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
So I got another 4.
And I've
points.
seen people say, "Oh, West Ham did have the best transfer window, it's just they didn't click." Which, so we're football experts, When a Sky Sports inviting us on to do one of their shows,
probably no more
accessibility representation.
So we then, where did you put
West Ham were 14th, so you are.
I got 4 points.
And I put Brighton in 10th. And they finished 8th, so it's an extra 2 for me. So, West Ham just didn't seem to click.
No, they didn't.
They got rid of Lopetegui and brought in Potter. And, he didn't really do that well. Like, a couple of wins the last few games, but...
Yeah, they kind of got the points when they needed them. If they won the games they needed to win, and that was literally about it. They won the game. Like, it sounds stupid, but they won the games that got them safety. They beat the teams they needed to beat.
Well, yeah. To be fair, I think most of the teams were safe by January. It's just the bottom 3 were destined to go down, and then it was just fighting to avoid 17th and the lowest place still left. So that was Brighton in 10th for me. I put West Ham in 9th. So again, like you,
I was expecting them to be mid-table. Yeah.
So that's 5 points for me. They just didn't click. James Ward-Prowse, I think they signed him last season, but I don't know. He didn't really I think he's 1 away from the free kick scoring record, and since he's been at West Ham, he hasn't scored one.
No.
So
James
yeah,
Ward-Prowse. So I put Fulham in 9th. They finished 11th.
It's not too bad. It's, you know, it just really. I think it comes. I think it'll come down to the position of the top like 8 where we put them and the big
Oh,
difference.
mate, I
between
do
the
think you've cleaned up because you got 3 right in a row, didn't you? Did you get 3 right or 2 right? And then you've
No,
had
I've got 3 right, but 2 in a row with Fulham and Palace
Yeah.
and Leicester.
I've only got like 1 right, so I don't. Yeah. But we've got some big whoppers coming.
Yep.
I then put. Who did you put in? So we're up to 8th. Who did you put in 8th?
I put Newcastle. I thought. To be fair, I thought Eddie Howe might have been going for the England job. Thought they might try and poach him, like. And I thought if Isaac got injured, it would have been a different story, and they might have finished that low. But he didn't really get that injured, and they finished 5th, which Champions League this year. Which congratulations to Newcastle back in the Champions League.
So. This is where it gets
What about yourself?
interesting.
Who do you put in 8th?
8th, I put Aston Villa,
Ooh, okay.
which gives me 2 points. They finished 6th. Did they finish 6th? Yes, that's 2 points to me.
Yeah.
And
He got a bit screwed, didn't he?
yeah, they did.
Like,
it,
the ref should have waited to blow before. He should have waited till the ball went in the net to blow because he could see, oh shit, they made a mistake now. But he can't go back and change in the laws of the game. And then, well, that cost Villa 100 mil. Well, maybe not 100 mil because obviously they still get money from the Europa League, but it cost them a big chunk of that change.
Oh yeah, of course it will, and it's going to cost like Champions League football. Just means you've got the opportunity to bring bigger names in sometimes, and
Yeah.
Rumours today circulating that a certain hairband wearing, thick-thighed Jack Grealish could be potentially making his way back to the Villa ground.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think it'd be a bad move.
I don't think it'd be a bad move. You should have left in the first place. But you got as a footballer.
Well, to be fair, he's won Premier League.
Yeah, that's
League. So, go back to Villa.
So who did you have in 8th, sir?
We did mine. It was Newcastle, remember?
Oh yeah, you put Newcastle. So 7th. I put Spurs in 7th. I can't hear you, Cameron.
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go. Yep.
That's 10 places.
That is that puts me up to 57 points, and that's
it may be when it is winter, it may be cold, but I think Ange Postecoglou is the coldest man in football.
and they got rid of him.
Yeah, have they?
Oh, supposedly it's not been. Apparently, it's not official, but apparently his bags are packed. According to according to social media, which is always taken with a pinch of salt, but it seems to not be wrong when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, I always win things in my second season, and then he does it in his potentially last game.
Unreal.
Gets Spurs into the Champions League. Yeah.
I hate Spurs being an Arsenal
All
fan.
times 1,000.
But
All times 1,000.
I respect him for one being that cold and be like, I always win my second season and pulling it off. And two, he's actually just a nice bloke. I can't not like him, and it's as an Arsenal fan, it's horrible. Who did you have?
I don't want Arteta to say this. I always win things in my sixth season.
Who do you have in your 7th position?
It's the other shit team, Man United.
So you got 8 points to my 10 from that position.
9, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
They finished 15th.
Oh, yeah, 8, yeah. It was 16 for so long, and yeah.
And then Wolves fucked it.
You know what? Pleasurable viewing this year has been the United stand. Mark Goldbridge.
What was it you always keep saying? I don't need my anxiety meds. I've got Man United. I don't need citalopram. I've got Man United.
Yeah, I don't need sertraline. Man United loses It's just
you've loved every second of it, haven't you?
I've got all the Goldbridge clips saved. When he calls Onana a concrete cock. When he said a dildo do better.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking inject it.
I was looking forward to the Leon one, but then they turned it around and won, so I couldn't watch that one.
Oh, brilliant.
But yeah, like, to be fair, I think Arsenal complained about having bad owners. I think Man United take that biscuit with bad owners.
Oh man, yeah. Let's.
They take money out the club. You've got to feel sorry for like the fans, obviously. Like, fans who've like grown up. It's not their fault they support United. It's probably their family.
And then everyone thought the second to Jim Radcliffe was bloody like the second coming of Jesus, and he's just been a big as arsehole as the rest of them, which is quite.
Yeah, he's done probably more layoffs than the games industry. Oh, maybe not that many.
No, not that many.
No. We'll talk about that soon. But yeah, I think Amorim. I kind of like how honest he is.
He's very honest. I like the honesty. I think there's deep-rooted issues at Man United that go a lot further than management, go a lot further.
I think they should have sold Bruno. 100 mil, because obviously the younger European football could have helped rebuild the squad. Might have been 3 or 4 players that aren't as good as Bruno is on his day. But
they can't even moan that owners don't spend. They spent 80 million on Holzland, not last season, the season before.
Anthony as well.
40 million on was it 40 million on Xerxes? Give or take.
Yeah, 75 on Sancho.
Yeah, and you can't. They're spending money, and it's just not working out for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about them. 6th.
So,
who did you have in 6th?
In 6th, I put. Let me get my table back up. Aston Villa.
So you got that bang on. I've put Newcastle.
Yeah.
Well, we've discussed both of them teams.
So I thought Aston Villa would. I think I said in the video. I think they'd get to the knockout, the playoff round of the Champions League, but they did actually better than that. They got to the round of 16 or quarter final. Quarter final, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, because PSG knocked out Liverpool in the round of 16 thing. Yeah, did really well. I thought they might suffer a bit in the league because of Champions League, but to be fair, they did really well until the last day. They looked in a good position to get it, but
the last day was spicy for all the top 5, other than Arsenal. We secured it by beating Newcastle in the week, running up to it. But it was interesting. It was more intense than anywhere else on the table at the last week.
Yeah, because the title race was over. The relegation was over before January.
And it was 1 point or 2 points for between all 4 teams. It was an interesting end.
Yeah. So Aston Villa 6, Europa League next season. But to be fair, they've got probably the best manager for the Europa League.
Yeah, Mr.
He's won it God knows how many times.
Mr. Good Evening himself got us to a final there.
Yeah.
And
fifth for you.
I got Chelsea, as they were.
Ooh, I've also got Chelsea in 5th.
Yeah, so they finished 4th.
I had been optimistic the last years before when I did my own predictions. So I predicted 2nd, and I did predict them to win the league 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
I thought I'm going to be more realistic. 5th.
Yeah, and 5th. They've had a good season. Performed probably a bit better than a lot of people, like you said. I think 5th. I was being positive after the season before, but they won the Conference League, which it's not an achievement being Chelsea. It's just nice to say you're the first team that won all 3. I think more than anything. That's literally it. Yeah.
And we got to play some of the youngsters in even some of the later rounds. We played something like Tyreek George and a Champong. So,
and you've got Champions League football, so it's a good season all round. Yeah, tick the box.
That's just the youngest starting 11, starting squad in Premier League. Average age of 24, I think.
So we're now on to my next doozy of a fucking points giver to me.
Ooh, who do I have in 4th?
Who do I have in 4th, Cameron? They're the jammiest club in England. They'll get 4th. That's what I said, because they are the fucking jammiest club normally in England. They finished 15th, so I put Man United in 4th, and that's just earned me a lovely 11 points, which means I've hit 70. So I don't think I'm going to be winning this anytime soon, Cam. Fucking 70 points.
We'll see when I do mine at the end, but yeah, it might be a bridge too far.
I think it is. Yeah, so 40 points. 4. I put United 4th, thinking that they'd just be United and jam it through, but they didn't, and they've been terrible.
So, like, they had 40, I think 42 points. It would in, like, lots of Premier League seasons, that would have been enough to take you down. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's funny. Like we've discussed this already.
yeah.
It's just mental how they've gone from that team under Fergie to a banter era.
Yeah. So was hard when long-serving managers leave. I wouldn't know that as a Chelsea fan. How long-serving managers probably 5 minutes.
Um,
Yeah.
now
So
this is just like
I put the other shit club in fourth. Tottenham Hotspur.
oh, you did, didn't you? Shit, so that gives you 13 points.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I said they might win a trophy as well. Just not taking credit for their success.
But Ange, sniff a bag of glue.
Yeah. Yeah. Tottenham fourth. Champions League. I'm kind of right because they did get Champions League football and they won a trophy, just in a very different way to what I imagined.
I got this totally wrong. So we're going into the top three.
Yeah,
Right now,
who's
there's no
the third?
spoilers. We all know who won the Premier League.
Yep.
I put Liverpool in third.
So did I.
Liverpool finished first.
To be fair, he didn't even have to. He didn't do anything really. He just come in, didn't sign any players. Except Chiesa, I think they signed.
Yeah, but he got the players that weren't playing well to play well. So Cody Gakpo. Did he sign Gakpo or did Gakpo?
I think
No,
Gakpo might have been there the season before.
Yeah, he got Gakpo playing well. He put who's the midfielder? The other Dutch midfielder.
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch got him playing football. Got Soboslai.
Yeah, he wasn't even player of the season, so...
No, yeah, Gravenberch was phenomenal for them this year. In last season, he was mediocre at best.
Yeah. So, yes, and to be fair, they probably had the best backup keeper in the league in Kelleher.
They
I can't
also
think the men.
they also had got something which a lot of clubs don't have. They've got depth in their attacking lineup.
Yeah.
Which when you've got also Salah's just been phenomenal, but when you've got Cody Gakpo, Jota,
Yeah.
Nunez sometimes being good, Rodriguez, Diaz. That was slightly racist of me. Diaz.
Yeah.
Mix my
Just
Colombian.
because it's South America.
Yeah.
Just because it's South America, they'll call Rodriguez.
Mix my Colombians up. And Diaz, you've got 5 very good 5.5 if you count Nunez.
Yeah. Harvey Elliott as well sometimes comes in to do a job. But yeah.
And it makes a difference. We unfortunately relied on Sterling when our attackers get injured.
Yeah, so second I put Arsenal. I just think they hadn't signed a striker at that point.
Sign a striker still.
To be fair, like, I don't know, I don't know if it's like stubbornness from Arteta where he just wants to, like, because he bought Kai Havertz and a lot of money, he just wants him to work.
I think it
Which,
was.
you know, he has his spells, but
So he got nine league goals in half of the league games. How many games did he play in the end? I can't remember the exact, because he was injured for fucking the back end of the season.
yeah. But I would, if I was Arsenal, if he doesn't win a trophy next season, I'd sack him.
I have said pretty much the same thing as you, to be honest.
Like, that's, 6 years of the trophy. Obviously, Arsenal went a bit longer with it. I think, 10 years of the trophy between, 2004, 2005, 2014, 9 years.
And by that point, I think in another year you'll see some managers that have potential to step into someone's shoes. That at the moment, like last season, there was no managers available. I think if we sacked Arteta at the back end of last season, there's no one. This season, you've got no one's probably willing to move clubs. But next year, you're looking at players that might be willing, or might be a bit more experienced in the right places. I'd like to see. I've got this delusional thing that Jack Wilshere could be Arsenal manager next.
It's not delusional.
Yeah.
He could do a job in the Championship, I reckon.
Yeah, so it's one of them things of, because they're going to want someone that's experienced or
Yeah.
not just experienced, but knows Arsenal, and there isn't many people that do know that are managers at the minute.
No. Like Vieira's done managerial, but he hasn't
Oh
obviously
man,
done that well.
he can't do he hasn't got it in him. But you've got Jack Wilshere, who is. Where is he now? He was interim head at Norwich.
Yeah, he's left now.
And he's left. And he
he's
isn't.
just
I
out
don't
and
think
about.
he's round and about, which I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal, because he had youth roles at Arsenal. If Arteta goes, come on, join my coaching staff, not even as a assistant or anything like that, but just get him in and around. Then yeah, I don't know. I'm just jabbering on, but
Yeah, there's not many. There's not many. The only one I could probably think of, Man City, is Company now. Really.
Yeah.
'Cause, he's won the league of Bayern, but then again,
that's not an achievement. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's I saw somebody comparing Harry Kane and Tottenham win trophies. It's like Harry Kane's like losing your virginity to a prostitute, and Tottenham is like bargaining Margot Robbie.
It's not good. It's only the Europa League, guys. Can we fucking?
Yeah, it's still losing it, but it's a bit.
If Arsenal had won the Europa League, people would have gone, oh, well, still not the Champions League, though, is it?
Yeah, but
there's no buts.
Half the fans don't help themselves when the women did well. They won the Champions League, but then they're singing Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. Like when their men's team haven't won it, so it sounds like they're singing it to their men's team.
They probably are.
I reckon. Give the women's team a go in the league.
I can't do no worse. No, we have had.
They could do one. They could do one better.
Yeah, they could do one better. No, it's been a good. I don't want to sit here and be like it's been a shit season because we haven't won anything. We fucking beat Real Madrid in the Champions League. Got to Champions League semi-final.
Yeah.
Won the Champions League. Won the Champions League on XG. So.
Yeah.
It's not been fucking horrendous, and it's just Odegaard's been average this year. I don't know what's gone on with him this year. He just hasn't produced. We've had injuries up to the yin yang. Saka's been out. Bloody. At one point, we had Sterling, Trossard, and Martinelli as our front three, and it's like that's not a front three that's going to win you anything, is it? Let's be honest.
That reminds me of the time when Liverpool had Sturridge, Benteke, and bloody. Oh, who's the other guy?
Yeah, but at least Sturridge and Benteke were in some kind of form at the point.
Sturridge with his dance, which I will not repeat.
Sturridge with his fashion choice. Right.
Manchester City first for me.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were for you. Where were they for you?
I put them second.
Which means your first was Arsenal.
Yeah. And I got it all wrong.
Man City, lucky to finish third.
Very lucky to finish third.
They had a shocking season.
They had
their standards.
What they did is they threw the checkbook at it in typical Man City fashion. Went, we're on a shit season, so we're going to sign the best player outside of the Premier League in Marmarouche. Is it Marmarouche? I don't know if I've said it right.
Yeah, Frankfurt. Yeah, he played Frankfurt. Yeah.
And it's like, right, yeah.
That's, they're trying to sign Rinders from AC Milan. And it's like, guys, you do know you're facing 115 charges.
They shouldn't be allowed to fucking do this. It does my head in that they're just allowed. It's innocent
of proven guilty, obviously, but apparently the verdict should have been about 3 months ago.
Yeah, it shows you the state of the Premier League's body. The English FA, and the English Premier League bodies are just a joke at this point.
Yeah, VAR as well. Yeah.
I honestly the tournament I've enjoyed the most this year was I loved the league format in the Champions League, and I was very pessimistic about it.
Yeah. I was a bit thing as well, but I had played it on Football Manager because the first season it was like the old one, and then the second season it moved to the new format. And I eventually got used to it. It was kind of weird, obviously, because
I just think it provides more entertainment.
14th in the league phase, and they've won the Champions League now.
Yeah, I think it just provides.
That's another story. Spin the checkbook doesn't always get you success.
No.
But they bought decent players that work as a team, and
right.
5-0.
We have completed the Premier League table.
So we will be back in a moment with the final results. Take it. We are back after I had to add my scores up. So, the runner-up is Wobbles.
Yeah, I got second at 2. Take it. It's a trophy, right? That's an Arsenal trophy. Put that in the trophy cabinet. Put that in the Arsenal trophy cabinet.
Yeah.
Trust the project.
So,
Trust the process,
74 points, which, obviously there's 2 or 3 that let us both down, really. That got us so high. If they were near enough where they should have been, we would have been in the 40s. That's the way the season goes. And no drum roll for the winner, which is me.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious.
Because,
there's only 2 of us.
I was the only other person entering, so I got 65 points. So I think what won it for me was a couple of teams bang on. That's, I think, the difference.
Right. What that means, though, is we didn't do a forfeit, but I would like to put it to you that we do this next season.
Yeah.
And we each pick a guest to come on and do the predictions with us. So we do a bumper special. So we get 4 people to do the predictions, and then we'll do a forfeit or something. I'll pick my guest. I don't know. We'll have to discuss it, but I'll pick my guest. You pick your guest, and see if they'll come on. And we'll do that after the transfer window shuts, or before the season starts. We'll have to work that out.
Yeah, well, it'll be August and September.
Yeah.
Transfer window.
But I know my guest already. He's
Go on.
long-time viewer of the channel. He's a deluded Man United fan. We'll be asking Mr. Marcus Carras on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you know him, don't you?
Yeah, I won't beat in that. I won't beat in.
So, yeah, I will be inviting him on as my guest. I will be reaching out to him to see if he'll do it. He will do it. But, yeah.
You know what? I'm so confident I'll win. I'm going to pick someone who isn't into football.
Ooh, who are you going?
I don't know yet. I'm going to find out.
So, yeah, all 4 of us will do our predictions, but we head-to-head on our guest. So you pick your guest, I pick my guest, head-to-head on the guest, and whoever wins out the guest, the loser has to do a forfeit. We'll think of the forfeit.
Well, it's obvious what your forfeit's going to be.
What's that? Fucking Spurs.
I'm sailing down the Spurs stadium.
But yeah, right. We'll end it there.
You trying to end the video before? Nah. We'll talk about it all next season.
Yeah, but we will be back maybe in the next couple of days with.
I think we should do like a gaming of all the roundup. Conference roundup.
We've got 2 conferences this week in the 2 forms of Accessibility Summer Showcase, brought to you by Laura Kate Dale, and we then had a State of Play last night from Sony.
Summer Games Fest as well.
PlayStation. We've got Summer Games Fest, so yeah, we'll probably do a roundup in the next couple of days of them. But so keep an eye out on the socials. Follow us on Blue Sky and Twitter, and we need to get an Instagram page set up. So I'm going to actually get that set up by the time this episode airs. So look for, to put it bluntly, on Instagram.
Just. We can't promise you good content, but we'll promise you maybe more photos. Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, photos, and Cameron doing stupid noises, because that's what he does, and I try and catch him doing them, but he cuts them out.
Yeah.
So on that note, I've been the Wobbly Gamer.
I've been Cameron Keyword, and this has been our Premier League review special. Ba, 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 ba.